What's up, guys? This is Shane from Supersense talking to Question today. Gonna do a little bit of chatting for the Supersense blog. How you doing, man?
Yo, chillin', bro. Thank you for having me on the platform. Shout out to Supersense. How are you?
Doing really well, man. This is fun. I've been doing technical support all day, so this is a nice change to hang out and chat. This is fun.
Yeah, bro. Good
I
vibes.
appreciate it. Yeah, we've been friends for what, 9 years. We got a lot to talk about in half an hour.
Yeah, yeah. It has been about that long.
Oh my god,
I
that's
was gonna say
crazy.
10, but
10 years
I
is
don't want
it?
to cap. I don't
Oh
want to
yeah, we'll
cap.
just
No, it's no. Yeah, that would have been 2010. It's been about 8 years. It's been about eight
8 years.
years.
Yep, I got you. I got you. So let's not start too long, too far back. Don't
For
want to
sure.
confuse people. What's your premise? What do you do? Tell me about what you do.
I am a rap artist and producer. I produce a few genres and I try to mold a few genres together even when I make rap music. Currently I am the face of drill music for the southern regions of America. I got to shout out everybody from the UK drill scene, and I got to shout out the late great Pop Smoke, rest in peace, from New York.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people, if you study rap right now, you probably heard of drill. I'm working on my debut album that will be a full drill release coming up soon.
That's gonna be sick. I'm really excited to check that out. What's your background? You said you blend a few genres and a drill. So what are those?
Yeah, I am a mixed kid. I'm 24, but I'm living life like a rapper, like a kid still, just chilling, loving. I don't know. I'm a modern hippie. I'm from Atlanta. I have always been a musician. I was rapping at the age of 5. I was making beats in different people's studios. My mom always kept me around like local people. She knew a lot of rappers and just like different people. And by like 12, I was making my own beats with Jaws on a laptop given to me by the school. And so like I
Wow.
just kind of started going from there.
So you knew people in the rap scene like when you were a kid? I didn't know this.
Not
This is
nah
cool.
nah 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 nah. It was just like a lot of local people, just like friends that were talented. My mom went to college, and she was like a typical. I don't want to say that. My mom's not a typical anything. She's way beyond. But she was on her white girl party girl shit, and went to college down at a known school called Georgia Southern, where a lot of people from Atlanta went, a lot of rappers and shit, and they were all just making music around me. Around the time I was conceived, there was just a lot of concerts they went to. She went to see like Outkast and Common and a lot of people at the same concert.
Nice.
So yeah, just a good upbringing. Lots of music in my early life.
And you started on drums too, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I had like technically I started with DJing because I had a toy when I was like 2 years old, the little see and say thing with the animals and shit,
Oh, that's
or
sick.
stuff. My bad.
Yes.
You could
Don't worry about it.
you could spin the little thing around, and I used to use it as like a turntable, and I would DJ with the little voice clips. So yeah, then I took a few drum lessons when I was around 4 or 5, but then I ended up really just like jamming with the dude, and I would just go there to the music store and explore different instruments and different equipment. So, but yeah, I had a natural love for drums and percussion, and honestly, that's one of the things that helps me in all of my forms of creation. Even when I rap, I look at a
Yeah, you
lot
need
of
that
my
in rap.
verses.
That
Yeah,
rhythmic
yeah, the
mindset.
K, yeah, definitely. As a drummer,
Yeah. Because that's how you get those powerful cadences. How you really lock it in with the instrumental that you have.
with the accuracy, yeah,
Yep.
you can really use any beat that you rap on to determine what cadence you come with. Like some people have distinct flows they use a lot of the time, and some people have multiple, but you can have infinite flows. If the beat changes, your flow changes. Like it's that simple.
Exactly.
Like it's crazy. That's the secret for y'all.
Yep, absolutely. So how did you go from that mixing percussion rap background to making beats when you were 12 on your school? Like if you're making beats on a school laptop, like school laptops are usually like kind of slow or run down. So like you gotta have dedication to be able to make beats on a school laptop.
Yeah, bro. I was using the sound recorder app. I had like my iPod and I hooked a line-in cable up to it and just took some sounds from like the beginning of beats where the drums would just come in, and like I would mix them together, and I would take like the little
Nice.
Beethoven clip off of the sample music and like speed it up, sample it and shit, like just
Windows
making beats
XP.
out of, yeah, bro. Like 2007 times.
Yep.
So, I got there just by studying, like, I guess from like 2000 to then, I was just growing up. Like, I went to elementary school and everybody knew me there for rapping and DJing and just like being a real outspoken kid, social kid. Like I just love music, so I just knew that was always what I wanted to do. I was in a rap group by the age of 10. Like by the time I was in like fourth, fifth grade, we won a talent show, and we had like a studio session. We had this managers try to break us up. Like they talked to my mom and told them I was the star of the group, and then they told the other dude, my bro, that he was the star of the group, and then like it didn't really work out. Another thing that happened that was
The downfall of all
it
groups.
was, yeah, it was crazy. They try to, it was, some reality TV show type vibes,
Yeah.
but like the thing that's messed up is I seem to always be the one that took most of the situations seriously, or the most seriously. I was always the most dedicated. Even as a kid, I would just stay in the studio because to me that was fun. Like I didn't need to be like out chasing anything else or like doing anything else. Not to say that I didn't. Like I love video games. I love to, like, I used to go skating a lot. I used to stay outside. I used to play outside a lot. That was, but like music, it never bored me. It was never a chore to stay in there for hours and slave over a song or to make beats or to get better. Like I didn't even realize that I was trash in the beginning because I was just so happy to be getting what was in my head out. And like I guarantee you, when you start out, if you're making music, you'll go through a period where your music doesn't sound like you think it does, but you may love it anyway because it's a crazy feeling to have something that you conceived in your head and your imagination be tangible for other people to enjoy and to comment on, and to like, it's just wild. It's like that's the closest thing to like magic or something that you could get, honestly.
I completely agree. As a musician, like that speaks to me. I totally agree with that.
Yeah, man.
Because it's the most unique form of expression and the most universal form of expression. So
Absolutely. Music is the universal language, bro. If you go to a different country and there's a pianist sitting there playing some emotional vibes, some minor progressions or something, you know what type of mood he's feeling. You
yeah,
could
you're
join
gonna
him.
feel it. You're gonna feel it, and you can play with them if you're a musician, like, and it's in, if it's in a scale that or if you're a percussionist, if you're lucky enough to be a percussionist, you could play anything. You can chime right in, and you'll know what to do. It's natural.
Go and play the trash can lid beside him.
Yep, it's
Shout out
happened a
to
few
Stomp
times,
one
man.
time.
Yeah, it's happened. You go in the malls, have the best trash can lids if you want to play on trash can.
The malls. We got to go do that. I've never done that. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's fun. So, making beats when you were 12, you were doing you had motivation in sound recorder, school laptops and
Yeah.
sound recorder. That's motivation, big time. So, what was the progression from there? How did you start moving up? What did you think was logical from there, and how'd you do it?
I always, from before that point, I knew that I wanted to like perform and be on stages and be in studios with the people that I heard on the radio. So I did anything that I felt would take me toward that point and toward that goal. So that was basically just making beats and making songs and collaborations with all the people that I felt were on my level or above my level and somewhat below. So if I felt like I could lend something to them and I had faith in them, I would work with those people around me. And that led to me getting more and more connections. And that's one important thing I could say for anybody that makes music, like networking and knowing what it means to network, which is basically just like expanding your network of people, talking to people, figuring out what they do, telling them what you do, and how you guys can mutually benefit each other. That's one of the most important things in the business. Your business is equally, if not more important than your talent. So,
Absolutely. You have to market
I just,
to everyone.
yeah, yeah,
You have to
all the
market
time.
yourself to your manager. You have to market yourself to your engineer. You have to like, especially labels.
To the person you get Subway from, like you
Yeah.
don't want to be annoying about it. Like you gotta find a balance. If somebody's running to catch a flight or to get up some stairs or something, you don't want to be trying to throw them your business card. But like if you have a conversation with somebody and you notice that they listen to the type of music that you make or they do the type of trade that you do, you need to slide yourself in there and be confident about it. It's really all about your presentation and like how that they perceive you. Your first impression is really important. So like confidence is key. You gotta be up. Like I don't know. I'm not trying to give no talk.
No, I agree. This is thank you for coming to Questions TED Talk. Asking the questions
Exclusively here.
at Question ATL for your questions. You can have a Q&A. Thank you,
Yeah.
Supersense.
I could do that.
So one thing I like to do in these things is like tell stories a little bit, because that's my
Oh,
background.
sure.
So we're in this time right now. We're in the networking time. You're a kid, man. You're like 12, starting to be a teenager time. What are your networking stories? There have to be good. I'm sure there are embarrassing, funny ones. I'm sure there are really cool, successful ones.
Oh, from around that time, honestly, like I was laying low. I was building myself up, but I had a production team called Blackout, and that was
Yes.
just like something I built with a lot of my friends, and it was crazy how it started. Like we were just in the school for the blind in our local state of Georgia, and we were looking for a way to brand ourselves. So we just came up with that name, and like I was the only one that was really making beats, but my brother Michael was with me, and we both played keys, so he started doing ideas, and I would like do the drum programming and everything. But I was like, no, like we're a whole team, like everybody's getting credit. Like I don't know, I was so ambitious and so like excited to be doing something that I was like, no, like this is it, like this is what we doing. So we started like putting money together. We started like building we were gonna build a website, but like we didn't ever do it. We was kids. We were like 14. But like I started selling beats that way. People started knowing that name and knowing that brand, and like we kept it alive. And so then like I started kind of like making a name on online, because I had a name online selling beats like before that, but now everybody in the blind community knew this Blackout brand. So I got a couple of other producers that were in the blind community to start working with me / us. I was able to work with who a lot of people now know as Gorthalon. And he just like heard my beats on Twitter and DM'd me, and he was like, yo, like your drums are crazy, your beats are crazy, we should talk on Skype. And so I probably met him when I was like 13, and he was like, this was before he made a lot of his crazy games like RTR and that. Like I think he made the Nuke D game off of Duke Nukem.
Old
And,
school.
Yeah, we just sat there and we made a lot of music. Just like we just got real cool. Like that was a good friend of mine, and like to this day we super cool. It's no beef between us or nothing, but like we just don't have the time to catch up like we used to, because like he got hella busy with his job and I'm out here working. But that's bro, like I guess that's a cool story because everybody knows him. Like,
Yeah, true.
you know, we spent hours just making beats. He taught me so much about EDM. Like I'm a huge fan of EDM now, and he brought so many genres to my attention, like, you know, Melbourne bounce and certain subgenres of dubstep and different like rappers that were doing crazy flows over popular beats that were out here at the time in German. Like he would just put me on to so much music. So we just did so much collaboration. It was dope.
So you're talking about these, like all these new genres that you're learning. How do, like, as you grow as a listener, like as a person who listens to music, how does that impact what you make?
Very subtly. Sometimes heavily, sometimes subtly. If I like something a lot, I'm gonna privately, quietly start to study it and create it and tap into it and appreciate it. And eventually, if I have a platform, I'm gonna try to spread it. If I feel like there's a natural fit, I'm gonna try to bring it to the light. I feel like everybody as humans is a lot more alike than different. So my goal is to try to bring a whole lot of things that people may not have heard before, but it may be familiar to something they don't even know together, and like they can find out about a completely different genre.
Absolutely. I love that means of finding, like accidentally finding a genre or a style of music that you love through another almost completely unrelated genre of music. That's how I
Yeah,
found
bro.
dubstep when I was a kid. So
What song introduced you to dubstep?
there, it was a band that I actually am not even overly fond of. They're a band called Pierce the Veil. They do, I would call them a punk, like kind of an emo punk
Dark.
rock band, and
Yeah.
they had a breakdown in one of their most popular songs called, I think it's called King for a Day or something like that.
Oh,
They
yeah.
have a breakdown, and it was EDM influence. It had dubstep effects on the guitar, and I was like, I love this. What is
No, that's
behind
cold.
this? And so I started looking up interviews about that song, and they were talking about where they pulled influences from, and I went down a rabbit hole looking at that.
This guy is a true music head. He didn't even he didn't ask nobody. He went and looked up interviews on the exact song. That's dope, bro. I respect you for that. I can't believe that's how you found out about dubstep. That's crazy.
I appreciate it. Because, well, the reason it's funny to me is because I didn't even like, right now, people who know me and what I do and the work that I do outside of Supersense would know I'm a huge rock, metal, prog, anything to do with any of that stuff kind of guy. Back then I wasn't. Back then, like, rock really, I wouldn't say it was soft. I thought every genre was soft. I didn't think rock was soft. I just didn't notice it. I was into rap and like
Mostly
underground hood rap music. And so it was crazy that a lot of those artists didn't break through into EDM yet, but this rock song that I heard on the radio did. And that's where I found it. I didn't find it where you
Yeah.
would think that I would have.
Rap, how could I put this like respectfully? A lot of people were slow to embrace EDM because they saw it with a lot of resemblance to pop. So it got labeled as like crossover music. So like a lot of the underground scene didn't fuck with dubstep too heavy at first, and then you started seeing like certain dubstep artists feature rappers, and it kind of worked. And so then it was a bit better. And then you had like DJ Snake putting a lot of people on,
Yep.
you know, doing
True.
stuff with Lil Jon and like Diplo and all them guys. Like they kind of set the precedent for the era that followed, where now Marshmello can make something with Juice WRLD and it's plain as day and it's dope. So
Yep. And that'll
it's
take off.
crazy to see the
In
changes.
both crowds.
Hmm.
Absolutely. So you said something earlier, and I want to go back to it because I think it's important to talk about. You were talking about Blackout and how you were trying to hold this together as a team, and you were saying like, this is what we're gonna do. This is, you know, this is us. This is what we're gonna stand for, and we are gonna do it. It wasn't a thing of, you know, like, I'm doing the drums, I'm gonna do this. You're doing the keys and the composition, so you're gonna do this. it was very much of like an us, we, like a collective mentality that you're talking about. And the beauty of this thing, us knowing each other before doing this interview, is that I can connect that to other conversations that we've had, where you and I have talked about things like this, about the value of excelling and moving forward with other people at your back, or that you're working with and collaborating with, so that it's not a solo effort. So tell me about the importance of that, or I guess tell the people about the importance of that.
Yeah. Your team is very important. You are only as good as your team. Every successful person, I feel like, has a team somewhere, whether you see them or you don't. It's just important that they are there. And so there's cause and effect, there's balance. So in order for them to be there, you have to be there for them. You have to be able to show these people love. You have to be able to know how they feel, listen to them. And it's more minds on a situation that are alike, more like minds is better than one, when you find people that you can put trust in and that have the same energy for an idea that you do. It's paramount, really. Like, you can't do too much alone. Humans are not meant to live alone. Like, psychologically and like instinct, like, you want to communicate. We have ideas, we think in language, we want to share what we create with people all the time. So you have to have people.
Absolutely. Thank you, man. Thanks for elaborating on that. So
For sure.
tell me then about you've got a team now.
Yes.
Years after Blackout, you have a new team going on. So tell me about what you're doing now.
There's a new life, bro.
Is
There's
it?
like so
So
much
much.
going on right now.
It's a big jump. It's a big jump.
Yeah, so thank God, and I mean that like truthfully, not with slander. I'm able to put out music, and there's like a following that I'm building slowly. But the team now is Blind and Famous, and it consists of myself and five other people that are
6 people.
just
You got a
as
squad.
talented as me. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, we're all like, some of them are better than me at playing keys. We all cover each other. So it's me, my bro Demaster, who I've known for the longest. We went to school together. He's an artist he's like melodic trap. He sings a lot, but it's very rap influenced, and his music is dope. He has his own brand, his own sound. He has a very distinct accent that you're gonna know every time you hear him. You can pick his music out, and his melodies are crazy. Like, I don't know, he'll take something that's really simple and catchy and find like 17 ways to flip it. There's Matt Mack, who is an artist and producer out of Canada. He comes from a reservation, a smaller community, where he's kind of isolated in his culture, and it gets like that, kind of like weighs on him sometimes. It's a lot of pressure. He's stressed, and they sometimes don't get a lot of things that the world gets as far as music or media, or like, it's a bit of a gap. It's a bit of a community of its own, which is good in some ways, because they're allowed to keep their own culture and they have their own traditions that are very rich, but sometimes they lack. But Matt has the ability of being connected with us, so he has been leading his culture musically, because of the trap influence that we've been working with him, and he's bringing his own sound to it and combining his lingo and his language. And he's been dropping songs, getting ready to drop his album, and he has music in the indigenous Hot 100 countdown up in Canada on the radio. He's getting interviews and dropping videos. He's really winning right now. So
Very
Matt
nice.
Mack is on
Much
all
respect.
streaming platforms. Thank you, bro. There's J Mouse, who is a producer. Um, and he's from Arizona. He's one of our newest members. He also like his main gigs aren't even with us. He plays steel guitar and bass guitar live, like at bars in bands, and he's like hella talented. But he's been learning how to make drill and learning about like rap and just every genre, like R&B. He's great with chords as well. Um, there is GF Goldfingers, who he is a dope producer out of Virginia, and he's like probably our best keyboardist. He probably knows the best chords. Like he's a gospel musician, so
Oh, they
he
always know the
has
best
like
chords.
yeah, bro. Like he has all the crazy inversions and diminished stuff, bro.
Oh yeah.
And then there's my guy Label Danny Romero. He's out of Jersey, and he is an artist, producer, radio DJ, blogger, social media expert. He's doing it all. He's currently on FM radio in Florida, in mornings, on a station called Play FM. It's in Gainesville, but he does it out of Colorado. Like he's able to voice track out of his house, and send it in, and it's a dope position. He also right now is like dropping a lot of verses rapping, and he also is featured singing on some stuff. We have a lot of music out. We've also done podcasts. Is that it, bro? Are you counting?
You got
Like,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think that's all of them. I think you got them all.
yeah.
Man, they're all so
Somebody
incredible.
gonna
I
kill
love
me.
these guys. I know 4 of them. 2 of them I don't even know. And they're all doing incredible stuff though. Like all 6 are doing crazy cool stuff.
Yeah.
And you guys are putting out collective work too. Like you guys are dropping BNF mixtapes.
Absolutely. So basically every year we did 2 of them in the same year because we were just getting off our feet. But with BNF3, BNF2 and BNF3, the trend has been to drop them on Christmas. So we just dropped BNF3 last Christmas, and it was crazy successful. We had a really wide positive reception to it. People really thought that it was dope. And BNF4, we really just kind of started on it because we're about to drop something new in the next like month. We probably got a tape coming just of some stuff we've been working on throughout the past like few months while everybody's been quarantined up, stuck in the house. We might just call it Corona tape, honestly. Like that might be the wave, but it's just a couple of collab, features and throwaways, just things we've been vibing on that we want to put out to let people know there's still music. And also everybody's dropping music on their personal channels, whether it's like YouTube or streaming platforms, so you can check for that there.
And what does a BNF mixtape look like or sound like? Because you have all of these people coming together. So is this a compilation and each one of you contributes a couple of your own things? Like how do you collaborate?
Yeah, sometimes it's that where we each have solo songs, or J Mouse might make a beat and then I may make the hook to the song, and the master may do a verse, Label may do another verse, or me and J Mouse may collab on a beat, or me and Matt may collab on a beat, or I may write a verse for Matt, or somebody may be on team talk while others of us are recording and be like, hey, you should say it this way, or you should do this, and it's up to that person whether they take that in or not. It's ultimately always the creative's decision, but yeah, it's a few ways that we do it. We're really
Sick,
hands on.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm looking forward to number 4, man. In about
Thank you, bro.
3.5 months time. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's coming.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
It's coming.
So, after BNF3 came out, after this past Christmas, you said you're now working on a new album. So walk me through the past 9 months. Let's get up to the present.
Okay, so to do that, we'll walk back a little bit. Like February of last year, I was in LA right after the Grammys. And I went to an event for it was like Northern Hospitality, Canadian Exposure. So there was like a lot of their talent from up there just performing and networking, showing love. And my goal was to go there and meet somebody who could connect me with people at the beat battle they hold that a lot of people watch on YouTube. I have been studying it for years. And I met people from Canada that were like, I met this dude who had held the world record for freestyling for the longest. He freestyled for like 8 hours straight. Like, it was crazy. But I didn't meet anybody from Canada that could help me with the beat battle. I happened to meet a guy from LA by the name of David Jackson, who we found out was managing a big producer by the name of Manny Fresh. He produced like Lil Wayne and the group Lil Wayne came out of back in the 90s. So we talked to him and he heard me rap and he came to Atlanta to hear my beats. And as soon as he heard my beats, he called the guy from the beat battle. And it was like, okay, this is crazy. So like I ended up doing the beat battle and placing in the top 16 out of like 200 people. But I lost. But I ended up working with some other people he managed that produced Nipsey Hussle, who is a legendary rapper out of California who got killed like 2 years ago now, a year ago. It's been time. I use a lot of recreational substances. But
2018, I think.
Yeah, so yeah, 2 years ago. But I got to talk with his people, Mike and Keys, and we started chopping up game, just working, building the connection. And eventually that manifested into me having not a deal, because see, like the thing is we haven't done paperwork because everything is very, I don't really want to speak too much on that, but it's better to not do paperwork unless you need to. Like, you don't want to sign something when there's nothing happening in a certain time frame. So I took a position as an artist when I was taking a position as a producer. I had been getting beats placed and working on people's projects, but I was basically given the go-ahead to start doing my own project. So I did basically a whole project. I did like 30 songs, but they were of like a few different genres because it was like mostly rap and trap, but it was like with a whole lot of different like melodic influences and other things that weren't necessarily drill. But I've been working on developing drill for so much time that we decided to repurpose the whole project for doing just drill and really hone in on that and like express this first effort through drill. So I kind of started re-recording some of the music and using some of the old music that we had, and so that's where we at right now. And now we're picking a couple of singles and we're getting ready to shoot videos, and it should be out by the end of the year.
Very nice. That's going to be fantastic. I'm really stoked for that, man. Much respect. That's going to be
Thank you. It's
an epic project.
It's a crazy ride. It's a crazy
Hell yeah,
process. And
absolutely.
This guy's gonna be with me in time. We're gonna be touring. He might be on the project. Just 100%. Wait, like it's gonna be some crazy vibes.
We're gonna be having a session here in a little bit, talk about rhythms and percussion. So that's gonna be good. I'm looking forward to that. So that is we've hit our time for all the storytelling. So. Is there anything you want to chat about before we wrap up?
Nah, bro, you're awesome. I think that we covered this greatly. I appreciate the platform again. I'll give my social media at the end just to make it easy. Don't hurt yourself, bro. Leave yourself alive.
I was like leaning back and slammed my knee on the desk. Like, yeah. Oh shit.
Thought it was your head.
No, not this time. Not this time. All right, so let's throw out some like fun shit before we wrap up.
Like,
just some random stuff.
So
yeah, let's have. So let's talk about a couple fun things for the people real quick. I'm gonna throw you I want to throw you some quick answer type questions. I want you to just throw back your answer to me quickly
Cool.
as you can. So I'm not gonna put a time on it. I'm not gonna be super strict about it. We're just gonna talk about some fun shit for the
No,
people.
we still dealing with lag too.
Yep.
So
Yep, that's true. That's true. All right. Favorite game right now?
Humans versus Robots, if it comes back up.
Yeah, it's down right now.
Yeah.
Project that you could work on with unlimited money that's not has to do with music. No music.
Making every first person shooter game accessible for blind people completely.
That's a good one. Be a lot of fun. There's a lot we could get out of
Yeah.
that. So let's hope you have a non-music related vacation in the future. So you can work
I
on it.
want to go with that for sure. When I get my first billion, I'm gonna chill back and just,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying?
First country
Fuck up
you would
Fortnite.
travel to out of the U.S.
I already went to Toronto, but I'm trying to go to London real soon because they
Ooh,
are
nice.
heavy in drill, and it's like so much
Nice.
respect. So
Drummer you would make a beat with.
Travis Barker,
Ooh, why? Tell me why.
he's crazy. He's featured in a lot of hip hop stuff, so I know he knows his way around the game.
true.
But I want to know where else his influences are. Like I want to see if he vibes with like the Rush, you know, with like Neil Peart and like other people that's like on that level.
Speaking of those guys, non-hip hop musician you would want to tour with that you would want in your band.
That's
the hardest
hard.
I know.
Skrillex. I know that's
Ooh.
crazy. That's a crazy answer.
That is crazy.
But like he
He
was
is
in
a
a
band.
rock band too.
He's a whole band.
Like yeah.
He has a rock band? Skrillex is a rock band?
He used
You
to
said?
be. Yeah, there's a band he was in called From First to Last before he did dubstep.
Whoa. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
Yeah.
Okay. I want that to stick. I want to look that up. I'm looking that up after this. I'm looking up
Yeah.
I'm looking up the BNF Corona tapes, and I'm looking up From First to Last, the old Skrillex rock band. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
That sounds nuts, man. What do you want to keep in people's minds? What do you want to promote? What do you want people looking at when they click out of this?
Right now, man, please just make sure you guys are streaming all the music coming out from Matt Mac. He's dropping a story on his YouTube channel. You can find it if you search up Matt Mac, and it's basically explaining just him as a person through song. So he's dropping it video by video. They're still shooting videos, putting things out, so it's real current, real up to date. And you know, there's a Blonde and Famous playlist on YouTube. I'm my social media is at question ATL, basically everywhere: Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud. Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud. YouTube is Question Official. I'm dropping music there every week. I have a podcast style blog that I drop every month that kind of keeps you up to date with my life and everything that's going on with me. So just tap in, man. Stay up to date. I appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. And catch him on the site every Friday night, venom.fm at 8 p.m.
Let's do
Questionable
that.
content.
Let's
playing
do
the
that
hits.
one too.
Playing the hits and whatever the
I
hell
got
you want to
you.
hear. Yep.
I want to
Good
be
stuff.
the background to your weekend.
Absolutely. There's no better idea. There's no better playlist than questionable content. So thanks for sitting down with me, man. I had a damn good time. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, bro.
We're gonna have to do this
No,
again.
thank you.
Anytime,
Anytime.
man. Anytime.
Every time.
Yep. You've been tuned into Supersense. We'll see you next time. This is Question.
Super.